Yeah, man, we're here with a Philly to Detroit boxing talk, man. Get into these topics in boxing news right now. It's a lot of crazy shit going on, and we're just gonna get into it, man. I know my guy Gio, man. He came up with a few topics, man. We got the Tank and Roach rematch, kind of breaking that down. How you want to kind of start that off, Brody?
Do you even think Tank? We at the press conference, he said he would like it to be next, but it won't be next. And then obviously a couple of days went by, him and Lamont got into a heated exchange on Twitter, and then he said, "You mean I'm gonna push for it?" So press conference it was different, and a couple of days after it was different. So do you think Tank is gonna give him the automatic rematch?
Automatic? Probably not. And the reason I say that, especially since they came out with that ruling talking about the knee shit didn't count, so they had went into an investigation about that, and I just don't think he want to jump back right into that. But then again, it's like who do you get in the ring with next? Because we expecting a big guy. We don't want to see nobody else. We expecting a top notch opponent. So it ain't like you taking no tune up and then go back to Roach.
Yeah.
Um, so I mean, should he? I think an immediate rematch would be cool. You know what I mean? Get in and get that over with. Do I think he gonna do it? No.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat. I don't think it's gonna happen just because I think when he got asked the question at the press conference, that was a more level-headed Tank. That was a more, I want to say more real Tank, but more level-headed Tank. So when he wasn't feeling no way towards Lamont, and it was just good sportsmanship, whatever the case may be, he gave us his real answer, which is I would love it to be next, but it's not going to be next. And like I said, a couple of days later, he got into the heated exchange, but that's just the heat of the moment. That's just talking shit and whatever the case. But like I said, when he was level headed and they asked him a question, he said no. So I'm gonna believe the level headed Tank answer when it comes to that one. But Lamont Rose definitely did. Him and his team definitely tried to get that ninth round Rude into a knockdown. What's your take on that? The WBA did come back and confirm that they're not going to overturn it. And, we'll stand as what it is. But what's your take on that?
Yeah, my personal opinion, like I said, I know we talked about it. I thought it should have been a knockdown just based off my experience and what I've seen. But again, we talked about this as well. People was bringing up the rule books and all this type of shit, and it say it shouldn't be a knockdown. It's kind of based off the ref discretion. I have seen some things where when he took that knee, what's his name? The referee, he started to count. He was at 1, 2, and then he went to the corner, and they did what they did. The WBA president, he ain't really flying with that shit either. Even though they ruled it to not be a knockdown, the president's like, "Nah, bro, that shit is a knockdown." Or I don't know which one of the presidents, sanctioning body presidents, came out and said that shit was a knockdown, regardless of what they investigated and none of that shit. So it's kind of a weird area right now, man. At the end of the day, they ain't counted as a knockdown. It is what it is. It's a draw. But I thought, in my personal opinion, I did think it should have been a knockdown.
I know the owner of the WBA. I know he did say that he's going to try to push for the rematch. So you got that going Lamont way. Hopefully he got some input or some type of power behind the closed doors that he can help Lamont get that immediate rematch. But I definitely don't think it's going to be immediate. I just think he probably got other things playing. Well, he definitely got other things playing just by how he answered the question. Who would you favor? Who would you favor in a rematch?
I probably still would favor Tank to win. Um, just he is. We just gotta keep it real. He is the more talented fighter overall. But I don't think Roach is gonna go. I don't think Roach will make it an easy fight for him, or in terms of like, I don't think it'd be an easier night for Tank because I feel like people think Tank had a off night, and then in the rematch they think he's just gonna kill him. I don't think it is gonna be an easier night for him, but I do feel like he would get the victory.
I definitely would have the favorite team. It's a good fight. Uh, I think Lamont would definitely try to push the action a little bit more. I think the fact that he felt the power and probably have him push forward a little bit and open up a little bit more than the first early rounds. But I do think Tank will come back and revenge this draw, and I do think he'll beat him more convincingly. Well, not more convincingly because he ain't beat him the first time, but I do think he'll win the second fight in convincing fashion. And who knows? It might be close enough where it could even you might even get a third one. Because if the second one look like the first one, and Tank just win, but it's still a back and forth type of fight. You never know. You might get a third fight. You see
Right.
Serrano and Katie getting a third fight. That's your own too. They still getting it done.
Yeah,
So
facts. Yeah, and Serrano done lost twice.
so you never know.
Yeah, if that money there, if the money makes sense, and it's a good fight, it got to make sense in terms of entertainment factor too. Because the only reason Katie Taylor Serrano 3 makes sense is because we know it's gonna be entertaining. We know it's gonna be all action from round 1 to round 10. Like so, that what other reason would it be to make the fight besides the money and it's gonna be entertaining?
Yeah, they definitely robbing the bank for sure.
You know what I'm saying? What other reason is it to have it? You even if you win, you 1-2, you still lost the battle. If
Yeah,
you go, if you if we gonna weigh it that way, so it's like I don't know. I like the hey, I want to see it though. I'm not mad at it. I want to see it.
yeah, facts. Then you got the Ryan and Rolly. Obviously, you got Devin Haney and Jose Ramirez, and then you got Teofimo, Arnold Barboza. The press conference just was about a week ago, a couple of days ago. What was your take on the press conference? Not a lot of shit talking, not as much as I thought. Honestly, Teo and Ryan had, a couple words exchanged. Ryan was talking his shit a little bit to Teo, but everybody was pretty humble for the most part, though. Honestly, but what was your take on it?
Yeah, man. Them guys, like I said, we thought it was gonna be a little bit more energy, in terms of them just going back and forth. But I mean, to me, man, them guys they've been seeing each other, man, for the last 10 years, man. They know each other very well. Him and Devin already fought. They really don't have too much to say to each other right now. Especially Ryan, he talking about I can't say I don't want to say too much. He might try. You feel me? He used that in the court. But I mean, they really don't have to say too much. I feel like it is gonna ramp up as it gets closer to the fight and they continue to do these press conferences and shit, face offs and shit like that. So as we get closer to the fight in April, late April, middle April, I think they is gonna ramp it up a little bit and the shit talking gonna start to increase.
No, definitely. What was your take on the exchange between Teo and Barboza? Arnold Barboza, he was coming heavy. He was coming up in all types of bitches and all types of shit.
Yeah.
He was coming heavy back there, man. He was talking like he's about to swing on him right now, type shit.
No, Barboza, man, I like it, man. I like it because obviously, when we think of Arnold Barboza, we don't think of the most exciting fighter. We don't think, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, the man can fight. You know what I mean? He got talent. So I like his energy. He not scared of Teofimo. And with a talented fighter like Teofimo, like we all know Teofimo is, just despite his racist shit, his crazy, whatever he crazy as hell, the nigga can fight, man.
Yeah.
So I mean, Barboza know that, but Barboza not scared. At least he ain't giving that impression right now. So I like the energy, man. He talk about Terrence Crawford had his hand around you like a little bitch. I'm like,
Yeah, that's why I said he was talking to like he's about to steal off what he right now type shit.
I'm like, yeah, Barboza, fuck that nigga. No, man, but I like the energy, man. And okay, now I will say this. Now, just off the paper, we think Teofimo gonna kill him. I'm just they're just honest. But I feel like Barboza does have a style where he can make it look like the fights where Teofimo did not look good, a Jermaine Ortiz,
Oh,
Sandor Martin, something like that. So I mean, it might not be as easy as a fight as a lot of people thinking. I mean, me too. I'm thinking when I first heard the fight, I'm like, oh shit, Teofimo, knockout. But as I continue to think about it, I mean, he might got that style where it might be hard for Teo to catch him.
it's definitely gonna be hard for Teal to get him, but I definitely got Teal getting the job done.
Yeah, yeah.
I like Arnold Barbosa mentality though. It's almost He's showing you that he not scared of him. He not coming to play. You know, and he a boxer, so it's gonna be hard for Teal to cut the ring off boxing and start opening up on him. But we're gonna see what happens on that night. Obviously, you got the exchange between Teofimo and Ryan Garcia, where he told Teofimo, "Shut the fuck up. We tired of hearing you." And he said, you could basically told him like, you gonna get yours too. Like I'm gonna whoop your ass too. You just wait your turn type shit. But and it was an exchange between Devin Haney and Teal, but Teal was kind of basically saying what I was saying. When he was like, "Damn, you doing humble as yeah, everybody humble as shit up here, kinda."
Yeah.
And he basically was like, that's when Devin was like, "Yo, like, you on drugs?"
Hey, I would like to see Ryan and Tio though. I'm not gonna lie. I would very much like to see that. The styles gonna clash because Ryan not coming there to box you. So I think that you know what I mean. Tio can't catch that left hook too many times, and Ryan can't catch no crazy shit by Tio. So I think that's a
yeah,
great fight.
yeah, Teal go right at him.
That's what I'm saying. Ryan gonna go right at him, swinging that motherfucker. Look,
Yeah.
so that's a great fight.
Who you think got the most?
I'm ready for Ryan and Raleigh, honestly.
What fighter got the most to prove? Out of all six fighters, Rolly, Jose, Arnold, Tio, Ryan, and who else?
Haney and Ramirez.
Yeah. Out of all six fighters, like who got the most to prove? Who got the best storyline going in?
I mean, that's I guess it's kind of who you prefer kind of thing because you could say Rolly. If Rolly could get a Ryan win, that's crazy as hell. Especially, you know what I mean. He coming off a loss. He just lost his belt, and he just got a crazy story. He fought Tank. He fought Pitbull. He about to fight Rolly. Nigga been boxing only. He ain't been boxing as long as none of these guys that he up there with. He is at the bottom of the totem pole. So you know what I mean. I think he got a decent story. Haney, he got to come back strong. He can't look iffy against Jose Ramirez because people are already talking crazy. The Ryan and Haney too are already ready to go, so you can't look iffy against Ramirez. People looking at that, and it's a crazy story. You get this win against Jose Ramirez because he's not a bum. I mean, he kind of fell off a little bit. You know what I mean? After he lost his titles to Josh Taylor, it's kind of been iffy after that. But he's not a bum, so you can't. You know what I mean? And you got to come back and get that Ryan win. You come back and get a Ryan win, you back up. You back on. Uh, I mean, those the guys with the real stories for real, man. Because Ryan, I mean, he coming off a big win against Devin. It's like people he got to take it away. We get that, but that nigga set, man. That nigga, I don't know. That nigga, he good. It's like he lose because he fighting the best guy. So if he lose, it don't really fucking matter, bro. He's straight. That nigga's presence, like his social media presence, just what he bring to the sport, it help him stay afloat. He don't really necessarily need to be like the rest of these guys.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say I would definitely have to give it to Devin Haney just because not only do you gotta win, you gotta beat Devin Haney. You gotta look like you Devin Haney. You gotta because you can still win. You can still win the fight, and we can still feel like you was gun shy at moments. We still feel like every time you got hit super clean, you reacted to everything, even though you didn't. Like I said, you still won the fight. Like we still got to see if you come as comfortable as when nothing happened. Can you still just catch a right hand and throw? I mean, yeah, roll the right hand off and throw a right hand and be comfortable in the pocket at times. Or like I said, your punch resistance. Can you take a clean shot and not react to every single clean shot that you're getting hit with? So it's like he can still win and people can still leave the night like I mean Ryan, he not the same guy type of thing. So I think
Right.
he definitely got to come back and win impressively. And I think he will definitely come back and win impressively. The fight is at 147 pounds. He don't gotta
That too.
kill himself as much to make weight. I think he's gonna be faster. I think he's gonna be stronger, uh, and definitely more athletic. I just think he's a better fighter, but I definitely think he gonna come out there and he should light Jose up. If he not gun shy, if the punch resistance is still there, he should light him up. But Jose Ramirez is definitely A good fight for him. Like you say, he not a bum. Former world champion. Good combination puncher. Could definitely cut the ring off. He got the money punch. He definitely got a left hook on him. So who knows? Who knows if he ain't learned his mistake, you might can get that left in there too. So
I
we
mean, at
gonna
this
see.
point, Nick. I feel like we
And
looking
he's
for that now.
experienced too. He been in the ring with some guys. So
Yeah,
Devin won't be the first great good champion, whatever you want to call him. However good you think Devin Haney is, he won't be the first great fighter he been in the ring with.
yeah, man. So that's a test. I mean, a good test for Haney in terms of moving up in weight. But it's 47. I'm not sure if Ramirez fought at 47. At
No, he never did.
yeah, yeah. So I mean, it's a
Yeah,
test
this is an
for both of them.
opportunity. This a last shot before you probably hang it up type of shit.
Yeah,
Type of opportunity where you probably didn't even think this. You probably didn't even think you was nowhere near for a Devin Haney fight, and it just fell in your lap.
facts.
So this a last. Like I said, if you lose, you probably gonna go into the sunset. If you win, you probably gonna try to get a title shot at 47. So either or. But I definitely think Devin should definitely light him up, and definitely should look impressive.
No, I agree, man. I agree. Devin should definitely get that win. He should make it look like an easy night, man. Like we know the Devin Haney, the great boxer Devin is, dog.
What fight you think gonna be the best fight of the night out of all three fights?
Ryan Rowley. Ryan Rowley. I just think them niggas about to go at it, man. I just think that's just gonna be
No,
an
facts,
entertaining,
facts.
fun fight.
Like I said,
Somebody going
Rolly
down.
and Rolly got a shot, man. Like I said, Rolly got a shot. His whole thing is, like I said, ever since Tank knocked him out, he just way more civilized. Like he got to go back to that before the Tank fight, uncivilized, disrespectful type of style. Like, and it's like, I remember his coach Bullet said he not with him no more. But he said Rolly was like karate, boxing, and some other shit mixed together. And it's like that shit sounded crazy, but it's like that's what you gotta go back to. You gotta go back to, like I said. Now he fight a little too civilized right now, and I don't think for Ryan Garcia, like, you can't fight like that. Like, I don't think he got the tools to fight civilized and beat a Ryan Garcia. I think you kind of gotta fight him how you sparred them. Like when you sparred them, Ryan was the more talented guy, so he was sitting there trying to posture, trying to time you, trying to time the left hook, trying to use speed on you, and you didn't give a fuck. You wasn't even thinking about what you was about to do. You just know you was just going at him, and it's kind of like you got. But like I said, ever since Tech knocked him out, he's just way more civilized. But if he can go back to the old Rolly, like I said, the Rolly that sparred Ryan Garcia when Ryan was trying to use his talent and trying to use his speed and trying to use his athleticism and trying to think in there, and you was tagging him up because like you didn't even know what you was about to do. You just was going at him, doing everything but the kitchen sink at him. And like I said, this might be another case where your best chance of winning might get you knocked out, but it also might be your best chance of winning. So
No, man, he gonna have to come out with some fire for sure. But like you said, man, he's just been getting punched on his last few fights. It went from Tank, the
yeah,
old man. The old man was punching on him
that's
before
why he
he.
more civilized. They put him
Yeah.
against some hitters.
Then he went to Pitbull, so it's like he been catching some shots his last few fights, man. So he been a lot more like he ain't really wouldn't take as many risks as he usually do. But like you said though, he gonna have to do that. Ryan just gonna unleash on him. I feel like he was gonna throw hooks at him.
He's not gonna be able to just play the patient game and box him and try to go 2 for 2 type shit. Like he gonna have to sell out.
Yeah. So and I feel like I mean he know what kind of fight this is, man. He knew Ryan for and he another guy. They knew each other for 10 plus years or whatever it is, right? So he knew what kind of fight this got to be. So I feel like he. Well, I'm hoping he come back with that mentality, like you said, where he just coming in there to fight. Essentially, this is not a boxing match.
Yeah,
We just for here to fight.
because like I said, I like to bring up the Martinez fight, the guy that we thought beat him. But I like to bring that fight up because even in the Tank fight, even no matter what Tank was doing, how good he was fighting, Roddy was still going at him. Even the fight where we thought he lost, when he was getting outboxed the whole time, yeah, when he was getting outboxed the whole time, Rolly was still trying to knock him out the whole time. Mind you, I thought he lost. I thought while he was doing that, Bull was boxing his ass up. But the whole time, he going for the knockout every time while he getting outboxed. Not 1 second is he not trying to sit it down and go for the knockout. And it's like that's the Rolly that was going to beat guys more talented than him. That type of style where no matter how the fight going, no matter how good your opponent doing, we still trying to take his head off the whole time. We don't care how much success he having. And
Yeah,
like I said, if he could go back to that type of Rolly, then I think, like I said, he got a real shot. And Rolly could fight. Like technically, Rolly might be. I don't want to call him the best natural fighter up there, but in a way, you can say that because if you look at them other guys, y'all not natural fighters. Like y'all was fighting as babies. Like no duh, y'all could fight. Y'all was in the gym at 5. No duh, you can fight. That's not like a natural fighter. Cause like you put anybody in the gym at 5, they gonna learn how to fight. If they fucking be in the gym from 5 to 25, they all gonna know how to rumble. But speaking of a guy like Rolly, technically he stepped in the gym like 8, 9 years ago, and he just took off and he started getting knockouts and he started getting wins and he put himself in position. So technically, that's more of a natural fighter. That's more of a I think I could do this type shit and just walk in the gym and really do it and really become a world champion and really fight on pay per view and big fights like this. That's more of a damn near of a natural fighter. But like I said, I ain't gonna call him the best natural fighter on the card because a lot of great fighters. But like I said, if you kind of get what I'm saying, it's like technically he is the most natural fighter up there out of all of them because he wasn't in there as a kid. You can't call somebody that was in the gym at 2 years old a natural fighter. Like no duh, he was gonna be a fucking fighter. But like I said, somebody being like, yo, I think I could do this. I'm gonna go try and really do it. That's a natural fighter right
no, that nigga really, he got it. Like I said, that's why I'm like, he got a crazy story too, man. Just in terms of what he's been able to do in a short period of time compared to everybody else, man.
there. So like, yeah.
My boy Rolly, man, he get this dub, he back where he want to be.
No, yeah, we're right. We right back in the mix. You get the tank. You probably get a tank part 2.
Yeah, real shit. He
So
ready. He back where he want to be, collecting them checks.
you
That's
already know
another nigga,
tank about the money. If Rolly beat Ryan, he definitely getting a tank part 2.
man. If I'm Rolly at this point, I don't give a fuck about no fucking belt. Where that bag at? Where are
Oh
these
right,
turkey cards at? I ain't never thought I was gonna be here in my life, bro.
no
Fuck a
bullshit.
belt. Where
Dude.
turkey you got the shit at, man?
That nigga getting a tank and Ryan money. Say that. Say that.
No cap. I wouldn't give a man. I'd have been a world champion, bro. I'm good.
All right. Who you think got the best chance at being upset on the card?
Ryan.
Yeah, I feel that same way too. Cause like I said, man, people could think I'm crazy, but if you go back and watch that Rolly Romero, that sparring and Ryan, you gonna see it. You gonna see toughness versus talent, and you gonna see toughness getting the best of that. You people gotta go back and watch that. And like I said, watch that sparring. That's how he was gonna beat guys that was more talented than him. He was gonna be tougher than them. And like I said, that sparring is a perfect example. Ryan, like he wasn't letting Ryan be comfortable. You know, when you're super talented, you this 1,000,000-time national champion. It's very rare times that anybody can fuck with you when it's a slow pace or even if it's a high pace. Nobody can really mess with you at no level, especially if they posture and try to go talent for talent. Because most people not gonna be as talented as you. But like I said, you go back and you watch the Rolly and the Ryan sparring, you're gonna be seeing them. Like I said, it's gonna be talent versus toughness. And Rolly was in there, he was getting the best of him. Ryan was doing his thing too. He wasn't just steamrolling him, but Rolly was definitely getting the best of that work. And Ryan always been better than Rolly. Rolly never woke up more talented than Ryan a day in his life in terms of boxing. But clearly that shit didn't matter. He still was whooping that ass. So if he can go back to that old Rolly, he definitely can get it done. He with Coach Salas now, and that's more of a technical boxing coach. And it's like that shit. Bullet was more raw with it, and for Rolly, I thought he was perfect for him. The guy he with now is like a technical fighter, and it's like that's not Rolly, gang. Like that's not his. That's not the best Rolly. Rolly going out there trying to box you and trying to pick you off with the jab and all that. Like, of course you want to get better. You ain't gonna tell no fighter not to get better because like he probably went there because he felt like he don't have the technical shit that everybody
Yeah,
got. So he like let me go with somebody technical so I could add that. But it's like that's not the best you. It's kind of like this. Kind of reminded me of Deontay Wilder when he left, and it's like he was adding more technical shit. You don't want to tell him not to get better, but it's like the best version of you is the mean, untechnical you when you just sold out for the right hand and almost put yourself in position to get knocked out to do it because you knew if I even just graze you with this joint, you was done. And you sold out for it. Even put yourself in a position, like I said, to get knocked out with guys like Luis Ortiz twice. But it's like, if this joint grades you, you're done. So I'm gonna sell out for this joint every time. I don't care. Even against Tyson Fury, it's like, but we're gonna see though. But I definitely think Rolly will fight a little more aggressive, just because he's been in the ring with him before. Like, it's different when you actually felt like you punched on somebody before already. So like, as we seen with Lamont Roach and Tank, when
yeah,
you feel like you've been in there with him and you already felt like you didn't put hands on him. Not saying that you steamrolled him in sparring, but basically you feel like yeah, it was good work every time y'all got in there. So it's like that's how Rudy gonna feel going into this. Like I beat Ryan up for real, and Ryan gonna feel like I used to beat Rolly up, so it's gonna be good work.
but so no, that's why I was like, man, it's kind of based. I feel like sometimes a lot of times it's probably based on the opponent, man. Really, I feel like he's just gonna come in with a different mindset. Although we have been seeing him kind of mature a little bit, and just slow down the shit talking.
Yeah, that's what I'm
But
saying. He more civilized. That's not the best Rolly.
you say he getting better as a person. It's fucked up. It's
Yeah,
fucking him up.
that's that's facts though. That's crazy. That's crazy. Like it is probably he is getting better as a person and more mature, and like that is better for his life. But but I don't know if that's better for boxing though. I ain't
For
gonna
your
lie.
career though, bro.
Like I don't know if that's better for boxing. Like you gotta go back to that mean mugging low voice boy. Like but
That nigga funny though. I fuck with Rolly though, man. He another guy. That's what another thing about him and Ryan just facing each other. We say this all the time. Like they two people that they just get in there with anybody. So that's another thing I like from both of them. They both gonna come in with that mentality too. Like I don't give a fuck who this this nigga is, man. Ryan
yeah,
Garcia, fuck all that shit. So that's why that's why I fuck with Rolly too, though, man. That's why everybody fuck with him. He just don't give a fuck.
yeah. And to be honest, it's because he a guy that can afford to take losses too, as long as it's to the top guys. Because Ryan could do that too because of the following, but Rolly could do it just because we know he ain't been in the gym for 20 years. So no matter how high he go, like even where he at now is already like overachieving already.
Yeah, facts.
So it's like every time he go out there, win, lose, or draw, he just overachieving again.